Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today is a very unique day in that I'm not going to show you my face because I had a little bit of a boo-boo, wound up needing some dental work, have some bruising going on. So what I'm putting together now is a brunchy lunch because I need to eat something that's soft. I also want to make use with the things that I had on hand, of course. And so I wanted to show you one of my favorite wild rice salads that I normally make in the fall, though I've been craving it. Grapes were on sale, and I also want to have some oatmeal. So I'm putting together a few things right now while the oatmeal is cooking. Then I will slice up all of the items, and what I'm going to be using besides the wild rice, this is the last bit of the rice that I already steamed. I had some of it last night and it was so delicious and so hearty. And the other items that are a little more on the crunchy that I will have to pace myself because my mouth's sore. We all understand that, right? You have dental concerns. Sometimes you need to eat foods that are soft. I will just warm this, and what I have to add to that then, I have toasted some pecans. So this is just the little bit of pecans that I'll have in there for just a teeny bit of a crunch. And the toasting, that smokiness, that's such a nice way to add a lot more flavor. I'm going to cut the grapes in half, going to dice up some of the celery hearts. I used part of it last night in the salad. And then I have some cilantro that I'm going to mince up, and then just one slice of purple onion. For this salad, the only thing I put on it once I've put everything together, I dress it with rice wine vinegar. That's it. That is just a perfect savory, tangy, sweet, and it pairs so nicely with all of these ingredients. I do add a little bit of salt and pepper, and in the past I've added roasted chickpeas. There's a number of things that you can add to this salad. It's really simple, and that's something that I enjoy. I could eat this over and over again. I never get tired of it. For my oatmeal, I've shown this a zillion times. Oatmeal's a staple. That's so inexpensive and it's so easy. And especially when I need to eat foods that are soft while my mouth is healing. The oatmeal that I'm using, I've just got quick oatmeal here. I've used steel cut oats in the past, and I just wanted to use something really quick today for this. I'm adding greens. That's something that I always do. Here's my frozen bag, and you can hear that crunchiness. These baby leaves of spinach, when I put them in the quart bags like this and freeze them, then I can just crunch it and pour out the portion that I want. And I've been eating greens for years and years. I love the taste of greens. This is a great way to get more antioxidants, more fiber, and it boosts the nutritional value of my meal. So I've got that, and now I will grab whatever frozen fruit I have handy. Oh, okay. I used up all my strawberries. I still had frozen blackberries in here. I have a few fresh blueberries in the fridge, but I'm saving those for another dish. So that's the amount of blackberries that I will put in there. And while this oatmeal is cooking in the microwave, I will slice up all of these vegetables and show you how I put the salad together. All right, so the 2 minutes 30 seconds that it took my microwave to cook the oatmeal, I had time to cut up all of these vegetables, plus cut these grapes in half, plus retrieve the rogue grapes that flew off onto the floor and wash them off. They were trying to escape their fate of winding up in my mouth. And if you don't know me and you've not watched my videos before, my name's Tiffany. I am the founder of Anderson Therapeutics, and my Aging Well channel is all about my holistic approach to lifestyle medicine and how I am managing chronic conditions as a mature adult. And I dine well to age well. I love food, I love to cook, and I've been an empty nester for a long time. I am aging solo, and I still want to plate myself some beautiful food. Now that I've got all of these items cut up, and if you saw my grocery haul video where I talked about all of the things that I was buying and different recipes that I had in mind for the week, this wild rice salad was one of them because grapes were on sale. So, and even that little teeny bag, I only bought, I think, not even a full pound of grapes, and I still have some in the fridge. So that gave me 3 good-sized portions. I'm just going to heat up the rice now, and I'm just warming this. I don't want it hot. I want this salad to be just on the warm side. And you can eat it cold as well. That's why I'm just going to take about 1 minute to heat that up. And it's one of the reasons why I like this salad. It's really great for me to take to a potluck. And since no one in my world follows the dietary plan that I do, I am on the Starch solution, and it is a whole food, plant-based, oil-free meal plan. That's why for this salad, I am only using vinegar on it. And yet all of the people that I know and love, and my grown son being the number one hero in my life, he adores this and loves all of my cooking. I am so grateful to have him in my life because he's very supportive. With my oatmeal now, because it has greens on it, something that I show often is that I use a lot of lemon too. I really love citrus, so my little lemon bottle, I use the big bottle. Sometimes I have fresh, I don't always. I'm just sprinkling a little bit of lemon juice on here, and then I also, over the years, I have tried many different types of sweeteners, and I do have a sweet tooth. Even though I crave savory more than sweet, I love to add a little bit of extra sweetener on here. And I buy the powdered bags of stevia in bulk, and so I'm just going to sprinkle on a little bit of stevia, and that might seem ridiculous, though. Hey, we all have our own taste buds. You do you. I know what works for me. And this really fits my dietary plan, and I'm getting the results I want. And as a health educator and a wellness coach and a patient advocate, all those good things, something I always recommend to people, whether you're wanting to lose weight, maintain your weight, whatever the case may be, better manage your chronic conditions, eat what you like and simply accept the dietary consequences of the food that you put in your mouth. That's it. I make my own oat milk, and so I'll put a little bit of that on top of here, and boom, oatmeal is ready to go. And all of the anesthesia and everything, thankfully, has worn off my face. And so this is the hearty meal that I'm eating because, as my snowflake shirt, we're finally getting a good snowstorm in the city of Salt, my hometown. So I knew that I needed to have something hearty and warm because I need to go out in the field and get the rest of my workday done. So here is the rice, and I will just put it together in here to plate it. I'm just scooping all of those grapes and the purple onion, the cilantro. I used to have a few people in my life that have the aversion to cilantro because it tastes like soap to them. I'm so glad that is not me because I love cilantro. I put it in many things, many different types of dishes. I'll put it just in a salad. I'll eat it raw. It's yummy. You could put parsley in here. There's all sorts of things that you could put in here to modify and make it your own. I love cooking shows, and I always like to tweak and modify based on what I have, what I like. And then, so this is my portion. And if you feel like this is a lot of food, I'm a 60-year-old woman. I'm 5'6". I weigh about 134-ish pounds, which is a little on the heavy side. Between 125 and 130 is kind of a good weight for me, but that's the joy Now see, I'm just sprinkling on here. So I wouldn't even say, I don't know, maybe that's an eighth, or I don't know, I think it's that much. I just sprinkle on and then I will taste accordingly to what the flavor is that I'm looking for. And it isn't necessarily to dampen it. Even when I was eating more traditional salad dressings, I don't want it bathing in dressing. I want it to enhance the flavors of the food that's already in here. Now look at how beautiful that is. How colorful. It is so bright and so delicious. And since I just have an owie on one side of my mouth, then I can just carefully make my way through this bowl. And yes, I will eat all of this. Maintaining a healthy weight following this meal plan, it's been miraculous for me. You can see on my website, andersontherapeutics.com, there's my success story with Dr. McDougall and his whole Star McDougallr program. I'm very grateful to their work and was able to meet Dr. McDougall while he was still alive. This is my late brunchy lunchy meal, my first meal of the day. I would normally eat earlier than this, but like I said, I had to go in, get some dental work done, and I always have to wait for that. I never like to try and eat anything when my mouth is still numb and I can hardly say anything because half my face is all feeling frozen and you're drooling all over the place. And now I'm just having a salivating moment. My belly is growling. I am so ready for this. And let me know in the comments, is this something that you would eat? Do you have picky eaters in your household? What would you add to this? And even if you are a meat eater, you know, I mean, there's a number of things that you could put in here. You could add dairy if you like. But for me, whole food, plant-based, no oil, this is a massive, beautiful portion of food that will keep me satisfied and happy. Dining well to age well. Give this a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.